with JT and Low. And you never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
TV.
Hey, yo, what's happening, people? Y'all know what time it is, man. It is 8:30-ish, so it is time for Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
And Ask a Cop is running late, I believe. I'm not sure where he is.
He is on his way. I spoke to him on the phone, and let me turn my ring off before our boss look at this and I get in trouble.
I was doing the same thing, actually.
Yep, so listen, while you're there, man, you got to be looking at this thing on YouTube. If you are already looking at us right now, that means you are in the right place. There's a little heart to the side. And they don't like me to say that this is an emoticon, but that's what I feel it is. But it's an emoji, a heart emoji. You hit that, other emojis is going to come up. When they come up, I need for you to touch those, because when you touch those, it helps our
algorithm
go up. Keep telling you right now, people, you need to get in while you can. Because we're going places with this thing. We're going places with this thing, so you better get in while you can. And while you're in there, because if you're here, that means, again, you're in the right place. So while you're in there, go ahead and, what's your tagline, homie?
Tell a friend, tag a friend.
Tell a friend, tag a friend.
Tag a friend.
You know, tell a friend, tag a friend, and when you tag them, tell them to tell a friend and tag a friend. Let's get this thing rolling. Listen, we're going to get started pretty quickly here, because as you can see, we got a special guest in the building. My
what
man,
up?
HeadKrack is in the building.
What up, JT?
ATL Royalty, you don't understand. The man walked in. I told him I've been the biggest fan of his. He's been carrying shows that his name wasn't a marquee, and I thank you for that, my guy.
No, man, listen, man, I appreciate the fact that so many people in the city and even outside the city just welcome me with open arms, because a lot of times I've lived my life as an outsider. You know, I moved around a lot as a kid. I'm always having to meet new friends. And Atlanta has been one of them cities where it took me the least amount of time to meet people. You know what I mean? Because everybody's from somewhere else, and everybody's like, I don't know, this place is like Fantasy Island. I don't know if you ever watched that show growing up.
Absolutely.
You're like, damn, man, I need somebody who know how to barbecue and fix cars. And then you find that person within 24 hours.
That's great.
You know, just
Facts.
because you threw it up into the universe.
Facts.
I think because there's like so many praying black people here.
How about that?
Yeah.
It's Bible Belt. The Bible Belt really works, huh?
Yeah. Wow, I never heard of it that way, man.
that's dope. I like that.
That's dope. You're right, though. You throw it up in there, you can find anything you need in there. Hey, that's for real, for real.
I think that's why everything was so bad during the pandemic, because everybody wasn't going to church as much, you know what I mean, and praying at the same time. There's something about a whole bunch of people wishing well at the same time that raises the frequency. Everything works on frequency. You know?
I say that. I always say that's why churches are very important, because when you have so many people together believing, I believe in healing. So when you have, you know, thousands of people around you or hundreds of people that are thinking the same thing, it definitely puts a vibration out, you know, so I definitely agree with you.
All that to say, I pray a lot, but I don't go to church.
Respect.
I mean, it got to be the right church, because some churches are getting you in and out. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Methodist posse. The Methodist church is getting you in there at 10, you in your car by 11:15, because they know what it is. Attention span is short.
Right.
I used to go to this one Baptist church. Well, most Baptist churches I went to, you get there at 10, you're going home at 2.
At best.
And our attention spans is shot. Social media and all these YouTube shorts and these dopamine spikes that we need, if you ain't doing a PowerPoint presentation with, you know, like a DJ for the choir, like, it's hard to hold people attention for long periods of time. So, you know, we got to do better. But
They go to
also pray.
concerts. What about concerts?
We
the
know them
DJ.
songs.
And like you said, he got a DJ there. He got a DJ there.
And a concession stand.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Methodist churches, you roll up in there, they got a coffee machine outside because they know what it is. I remember the first Methodist church I went to in Atlanta, they had buttermints. And they had like not just a regular coffee machine. They had like the Keurig joint with all the little K-pods to throw in there, so you could be caffeinated your way that you prefer. Like it was
The church at Chapel Hill is just like that in Douglasville, man. They had the same thing, man. You got the whole coffee thing. It's laid out when you walk into that joker, man.
Indeed, man. Like, you got to meet people where they're at. And I think more people will come. Because I think a lot of sometimes the older people ran the younger people out of church.
Right.
So as you can see, man, this dude, I keep telling people, he's a comedic. He's not a comedian, but he has comedic timing that is impeccable, bro. I appreciate you stopping through, bro.
That means a lot because I be around a lot of comedians, and I just try to study everybody and just get in where I fit in and just shine my light where I can.
Speaking of which, man, HeadKrack is hosting the show tonight, man. Inappropriate Nights. It's Halloween edition of the show, man. So real quick, we know you do Dish Nation, all that stuff, man. Just real quick, just tell people where they can find you at, man. All the stuff you got going on right now.
Well, listen, I'm really easy to find. HeadKrack on all social media. I just dropped a new album called Microdose. It came out July 26th. You can download it, stream it from wherever you steal music from, and also tap into my new show called Side Dish that I do with my homie Tanner. It's an hour-long show. It comes on Fox Soul, and you can catch me on Pictionary. I'm the announcer for all this new season. So shout out to Jerry O'Connell and the whole crew over there.
Congratulations, man, on all your success.
Yo,
brother.
man,
Real talk.
congratulations on everything you built over here, Lo. Like, not only is it one of the most premier comedy clubs in the country, like the podcast stuff. So many people got their launching pad from here, and thank you so much for creating this outlet, y'all. For real.
brother.
And real quick,
Appreciate you, man.
for you hip hop heads out there, let me tell you something. Bars for days.
I like to rap.
Bars for days. I'm telling you. Slept on.
I will come back whenever y'all want, and we'll get it popping, man. I got to go
That's
jump
what's
on the
up. That's
stage.
what's up,
But
man.
peace and
My
love,
man.
and thank y'all for the opportunity.
Appreciate
Be sure
you,
you
man.
support the Classic Convos podcast. They for the peoples.
Appreciate
peace
it,
and
brother.
love, y'all.
All right, man. Stop that flirting. Stop that flirting over there. Oh, your skin popping too.
Look like a baby's ass. That's all I
Look,
know.
and with that, ladies and gentlemen, Gyzay Sunray.
Hey.
Oh, that was dope, man. I'm seriously, man. Used to listen to the radio crazily in the morning, and HeadKrack kept me going for real.
Yeah. He's definitely a legend in this game, man, for sure.
His
So
cipher game is so strong, bro.
he was in the
it's
building, man.
crazy.
I had to get him to come in here, man. Just drop his head in real quick, man. He'll be all night, but like you said, man, he told you want him back, man. He said good, so
We're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen.
We gotta make it happen, Captain.
Make that happen. Gonna make that happen. Hey, man, I saw you went on up. You did what you did and looked at my Giants out there and everything.
Hey, listen, man. I had to make sure that you didn't have any bragging rights for that. Because it's bad enough that them Cowboys we had lost that sorry team. I said we can't lose to the Giants too.
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
But they played better than I anticipated.
But I promise you, just in case it happened by some miracle way of it happening, I had me a special hat and special sneakers. I got a special hat and special sneakers. I guess I'm
somebody hit me up earlier
So
today.
are
They
you gonna
said-
be able to use this special?
Oh yeah,
hat and
I think
special
I'm
sneakers?
a rock it for the weekend when the Giants come to the ATL.
Okay.
There's a big ATL Giants party that Saturday night, so I'm a rock it then. But it's fly. It's fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a good game though, man. I'm glad we knocked them off, man. We had to win that game, so I was excited.
Hey, I'm loving Russell Wilson, bro.
I've been saying it. I've been saying it the whole time, bro.
I'm
I
loving
said,
what he's
man,
doing.
it's the right decision. He made the right decision. All these critics and haters don't know what they're talking about.
I'm
But us
loving
true
what he's
Steeler
doing.
fans, we knew. I love Justin Fields. I've said it over and over again. I hope we have Justin Fields for the next 10 years. But right now, we
Hey,
need
man.
Russell Wilson.
Hey, bro.
I love him
I
too.
heard you, Kim, man. Yeah, that Hail Mary was crazy. What she say?
I love him too.
She on one tonight, bro.
She said you love him too.
Look, first HeadKrack skin was popping, and now I love him too.
All right, I hear it all the time. Robert talk about him all the
You
time.
already
That's
knew
her
what I was talking
boyfriend.
about,
Yeah, I
see?
understand. It's all good.
I didn't even have to say anything.
We ain't mad at you.
Y'all
We ain't
know.
mad at you.
Yeah.
And Russ, we all trust, huh?
Everything, right? Everything on him is popping. Okay.
Everything.
Yeah, watching that, I could see. Seriously, they're gonna be
Whatever, we
something.
them boys.
They're gonna be something to be reckoned with through this, because it's only gonna improve for Pittsburgh. They look good, bro, for real. With Russ there. First game, I wasn't so sure, but because one thing we do have in the Giants, we have a little bit of a defense, and
That
took care of it.
lineman ridiculous.
Oh, bro, what is his name? Sexy Dexy,
Hey,
Dexter Lawrence in that middle.
yeah.
The-
They got something to build off of for sure.
Yeah, we just get rid of everybody know. Anybody that's a Giants fan already know. So listen, man, real quick. I don't know if we can do this real quick, but whew. All right, y'all, we gonna get back to it again. But this guy and his people last night talking about Puerto Rico.
A damn shame.
How does this happen? And people that's actually from Puerto Rico is still backing this guy. How does that happen? Now, of course, it was a comedian that did it, and Trump's camp came out right after that and said that the opinions and words of this comedian, I can't think of his name, I got it written down, Tony Hinchcliffe, this joke does not reflect the views of President Trump or the campaign. That's what the spokesperson said in the statement to CNN. Mm-hmm. He talked about Puerto Rican, what did he say? They love to make babies because they don't pull out.
No, they said that about the Mexicans.
That was the Mexicans.
Yeah, he said
that was
Puerto
the
Rico
Mexicans.
was a pile of trash
Pile of trash.
Puerto
Floating
Rico
in
is a pile of trash.
in the ocean.
And after
Wow.
all of that, Buddy actually made a statement, said, you know what, that rally last night over there was a love fest. I'm just trying to figure out how do we get here in the political environment to where these type of statements and comments and attacks are being made. There's always been attacks being made, but I've never seen it this.
Well, when the head candidate is the forerunner of these negative comments and all these kind of things, why? That's how we got here.
Yeah.
There's never been not just a political figure. There's never been, a political figure. There's never been a political figure, particularly a presidential candidate, that's ever been so disrespectful. That's ever talked so disrespectful to the people, to his other opponents. I mean, we've never seen this before, ever. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about this guy just says anything, so why wouldn't other people do it? It's become okay now because of him. So, hey.
But that's how it was last
I
time.
disagree with that. I think it became okay when they disrespected President Obama. Remember on nationwide TV?
Well, who disrespected me? The guy that said we need to see his
No,
passport,
no,
his
I'm
birth
talking
certificate.
about- no, I'm talking about
But who was that guy though? Who
when
did
he
that?
first came out, it was a news commentator. It was a congressman disrespected him by calling him by his Barack. They were calling him Barack, all the news people were. When President Obama first got elected, they were disrespecting him by calling him by his first name or his last name. And I just think that's what started the whole downfall, because once you attacked one president, it became open game to attack them all. But because of his color, he was the first one that was openly attacked with no respect
My
at all.
point to you is the person when he was running that was calling for his birth certificate was who?
Yeah,
Who was doing that back then?
Oh, Trump was, but it
thank
was
you. This is my
started
point.
way-
My
Well,
point
I'm
is
saying
this
it happened
guy
way
was
before that.
disrespectful.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those shows. Okay.
Yeah, it's an honest one.
No, it's not honest. I'm saying
This
because
guy was
it
disrespectful
started
from
way
day
before.
one.
I'm not saying it was anything, man, but it's like that's the thing. That's the part of us that has to grow, because I'm not saying I'm not even bringing Trump into it. We talk, when did it start? The disrespect started when President Obama got elected. It was the first time anybody
MJ,
in the news media.
What I'm trying to say to you,
that came after that.
No, when he asked for his birth certificate was when he was running.
Yeah, when he was running. But
so that's what I'm saying. You're saying when he became president. I'm saying before he was president, this guy started this BS.
In the media, he wasn't President Obama then. I think it started when the media did it because it's black, and that's when it caught on. Now it's off the chain. I agree with you, it's off the chain. But it all started when President Obama got elected. Never, ever, 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 ever has anybody been disrespected on the level he was, and that was by mainstream media. Everybody thought it was okay to call him Barack.
I'll tell you what surprised me was that what happened? Oh.
We got to wrap up this one.
Okay. What surprised me, I talked to someone that's a Mexican, and she said that a lot of Mexicans are voting for Trump because they don't want the people that are coming over illegally to be able to come over. Mm-hmm. And I had a coworker tell me some years back that there's a lot of red tape and a lot of money that they have to spend to get over here. So I guess the people that are over here legally do not want the other people to be able to get over here illegally. And that kind of surprised me.
No, because they have to spend money. Some of those people work years to get in position to immigrate, legally immigrate. And then when you're allowing people to come over the border, we're already number 3 population-wise. We're dead last income-wise. And you're fueling the one growth. Okay, whites are stagnant in growth. Blacks, we're stuck at 12.5, 13, whichever one you want to believe. We're not moving either way. The ones that actually need to actually be breeding aren't. So what's in the, our populations are falling. Latinos are increasing. Others, which comprises everybody else, only one that's behind us would be Native Americans. So that's one thing with immigration needs to be dealt with.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, we got to get back into politics a little later on, but right now we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the rules or opinions on rules about dating with children. We'll be right back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
Ask a cop.
Disclaimer, I didn't come up with this top 5.
Our producer came up with this.
I think she need to go first, and she came up with this.
The top 5 lies that you've told to your spouse and or significant other.
Number 1, I didn't see your message. If I was pissed at you and I don't want to fucking talk to you, I didn't see your goddamn message. Don't come asking me no motherfucking questions. You know what it is.
I'm going to be right back. Tell motherfucker I'm be right back in a second. I ain't coming back.
Your hair looks great. I'm just ready to get in the car.
I'll give you some later.
Who's of these? My sisters. She did wash over here. I hate when she do that bullshit.
My phone died.
telling
Let's
you,
go.
man,
Start the show.
We've got to have us.
he has.
We got to have us a camera here in between. Oh man, it gets crazy.
Hey, we just said we about to start.
No, fudge packets is like a situation where
hey,
they're eating too much fudge,
hey,
too much candy. They're just sitting there eating all that
They didn't hear
candy.
that part.
Okay.
Grand
So you
slam.
didn't have candy?
Oh.
I'm just making sure.
So yeah, we back, y'all. Classic Conversations with
Yeah,
JT and Low.
I thought that was on
And
there.
after call.
That's a cop. Try to clean up something that wasn't even on the air. Okay.
Hey man, if you want to be a part of this conversation, 404-500-1605. Whoa, the Yankees score some runs?
Yeah, the grand slam.
There you
How
go.
about
There
that?
you go. Keep it alive. Keep hope
That
alive.
was first. Oh no, they did score 2
Y'all
last
about to
night.
blow. Y'all about to
got
show.
short
Y'all about to
attention
let.
spans on this show, y'all.
Y'all know, boss lady watching at some point, and she
Y'all
gonna see that
watching
you watch.
the
Now
game.
she's not gonna have a TV on, man. Stop talking about it, man. Come on. She gonna turn TV off again on y'all.
He came in here. All right, appreciate that, dog. So, listen, we're gonna move on, man. We're going to subject we're gonna talk about is dating with children. I saw something on some show, and these young ladies was arguing back and forth in regards to one of them dating a guy and actually having a guy take her and her kids out to the park, and they had only been dating for like 3 weeks. So it got me thinking about it. There's a couple of things in regards to that, and this goes on both sides because there are some men that's actually, custodial, parents of their children. How soon should you let somebody else meet your children? Let me change it. How soon should you let your children meet a person that you're dating? Also, how soon before should the other person get to spend the night? And this one, do you actually continue the relationship if the child does not like the other person that you're trying to date?
I'll go on that one. I think that has a lot to do with age. Every single one of those answers has to do with age, because if it's a younger child, of course, you want to keep relationships and everything away because that child is traumatized by the way that you separated from the mom, you're divorced. I actually went through this. And the child doesn't need to see you or her acting involved with other people until they can wrap their head around the fact that mom and daddy aren't together again. Now, if I was older and my children were like 16, 17, maybe one coming home from college or something, that would be something that I would be more, hey, daddy's seeing somebody. And, more open. I think as a man with your daughter, you would have to be more respectful and let her, so she has an idea of how a woman should be treated. If you've got them running in and out the house, that's not a good look.
I definitely think that you should vet someone before they meet your kids.
Exactly.
So, and that takes time. I feel like it should be 2 to 3 months, personally. Just making sure that this person is consistent. A lot of men are not consistent. I hear this a lot. So to let them meet someone and he may be gone next week, then that's not good. I do agree that there is some trauma when you separate, depending on the age really any age of the child, that there's some trauma. However, if the relationship was bad and they see you in a now healthy relationship, that's actually good. But you do need to take some time. Your child should not be meeting anyone until you know that they're going to be around, till you know they're consistent, till you know they're safe, till you know that he has good intentions on the relationship. I think it needs to be all in. I can remember when I was dating, and I didn't let my kids meet anyone. I never let them meet anyone, unless it was just like a friend. Somebody that I was not romantic with, just a friend. But other than that, no, I don't think kids don't need to be meeting. If your child does not like them, what I will say is with a young child, that's almost a red flag. There may be something going on with that person that you don't see that child sees. Because a lot of times children's intuition is spot on. That's just my opinion. If you think about any relationship you've been in where the kid did not like that person, it didn't work out usually. They see something that you don't see a lot of times. Now when it starts to being older kids, sometimes they're a little protective, especially boys. They're protective of their mother, and maybe with girls, vice versa, with their fathers.
And I had sons, and one of them, if it wasn't his mama, he didn't care. He didn't want to meet her. So, like I said, and I had custody. So it's a big difference, I think, with the sexes. But I think like I said, it's totally different for different reasons. For a man, like I said before, you want to, not just for your daughter, but for your sons, you want to show them how a woman should be treated. Okay, but for women, I think it's even more so. I know this is a little chauvinistic, but particularly if you have a daughter, you can't be a hoe and expect your daughter not to be a hoe because it's a learned behavior.
But it goes both ways.
Hold'em is a learned behavior.
That goes both. I agree.
No,
that
it goes both ways. That's why I say as
so
a man, you have to put. But you have to. I would know, but you have to present something to your daughter and your sons that you like. Your sons, okay, this is how you treat a lady. You court her, you do this. So, your daughter, you want to open the door for her, different things, and take her to dinner. So the first time she knows where the forks are. Okay, you do that stuff. But as far as women, I just think. Like you just had a little slide mark on guys saying, but guys aren't being, what did you say? Consistent. I'd say there's a lot of women are being consistently hoes, and that's like, you can
Do you
meet
think
a
that's
chick.
Universal? Because you say a lot of women. Do you think
No,
that there's
I'm
a lot
saying
of men that are doing
you
that
had
same
already
thing?
covered men, so I'm consistent. I'm covering the female
Well, I
side
wasn't
of it.
saying, when I said consistent, I mean showing up, showing that you care about this woman, you want this woman, showing that you're going to be around, returning phone calls, doing what you say you're going to do. Right?
I think what's happening is a lot of women are getting caught with the wrong one.
I agree.
And so, like I said, if the guy's not, ladies out there, if a guy's not calling you, he's not returning your text, he doesn't want you.
Facts.
And hopefully you didn't give the cookie up too soon because now he ain't calling you.
Facts. I agree.
With me,
agree.
I like the age parameter that you put in there in regards to kids meeting other people, but I was always when I didn't want to meet your kids. For me, I didn't want to meet your kids for a while. Because I grew up without a father in my home, so I know how you can latch on to somebody just because. So I wouldn't put a time limit on it. I know that, like you said, 3 months, but I know a month is too short. I know that. But it's hard to say how long. Like with me and the woman I ended up marrying, I didn't meet her children for a while. They knew of me. I met her daughter, but we was out at a park. We wasn't there together. I just happened to run into them or whatever.
Right.
But I never spent the night at her house. She spent the night at my house, but I never spent the night at her house because of her kids. And that went probably for, you're going to get in trouble. That probably went for like, I want to say close to a year.
Before you met the kids?
I would say 9 months before I met the kids, but probably a year before I actually spent the night at her house. Now, true, a lot of it had to do with, she lived a long way and I was happy to let her drive to my house. a lot of it had to go there.
Yeah.
But I just feel that, and I'm with him in regards to, now I had a son, I was non-custodial, but if I had my child on a weekend and, some chick that I've been seeing or dating, whatever you want to call it, wanted to come by, that was dead.
Yeah.
That weekend was off. Sorry, not happening. No. What about when they go to sleep? Not happening. Period.
And I've had women get offended because they're thinking, I'm not good enough to meet your son. I said, no, it's not that you're not good enough. I got to make sure we're going to work out.
Exactly.
You get a lot of that because kids remember.
Yeah.
Kids remember. And if they got more than 5 digits on their hand of people to introduce them to many people, you don't introduce your kids to people you fucking.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
A lot of women don't realize, and men don't realize
and
that.
the thing is,
But that's why you need the time. That's why I said I just feel like, again, y'all kind of move fast, but I feel like sex, it takes time to get to the sex. If you trying to have a real relationship. That's just my opinion. I know some people go fast. I'm not knocking anybody that goes, fast. However, I think you play yourself as a woman if you move too fast with the sex. So definitely, I very seldom let my family meet anyone, let alone my kids. So it's gonna take time.
Well, I get you there. The thing is with family, shit, they grown ass people. They can think what they want to think. But like you said, with that child, it's a lot different. And in my case, me and my son's mother were never together. So he never saw, the only time he saw us together pretty much was at a parent-teacher conference or at one of his games. So just parading people around him just wasn't going to work. I didn't think for his, for his mental and things of that nature. Do you continue the relationship that the child does not like the other person?
Hold on real quick. Cam May, my sister in Virginia, chimed in. She said, I believe it should be based on the individual's maturity level, kids' intuition, and the good Lord. Pray about it. Never stirred me wrong. Kiki said, I think it depends on age. I'll be more open to a park date with my younger kids because tolerate kids are so innocent and their intuition picked up on things that we may not see. Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say in regards to a child liking someone, an older child not liking the other person could be because they like the last person you was with, their daddy or their mama, or the last relationship you was in. So when they're older, I think you have to really, find out what the reason is. But like you said, when they're younger, you're like, damn, this mother must have a bad spirit. It's like when somebody goes around a dog and a dog just barking at them for no reason.
Facts.
That's the first time they met. I'm like, boy, something wrong with that.
Man, could it be
Facts.
a mistake?
That's so true.
Could it be a mistake or I think it may be the mistake when, you're trying to find a replacement for the, in that child's life too fast.
Yeah.
Man, as opposed to getting to know the person, you're really trying to find, not you, I'm saying somebody might be trying to find a daddy as opposed to trying to find a husband. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find a wife before I try to find a mother before I'm trying to find a wife. You know what I mean? You may be moving too fast and
that happens a lot with, and I hate to say women, but usually it's on the woman's side, but it does happen on the man's side too. When somebody grows up with both parents in the home, they feel that their child's supposed to have both parents in the home, so that's what happens.
Well, a child is supposed to have both parents in the home.
But I'm saying they just throw everything out and they rush into it instead of not taking your time. I'm not saying that they're not supposed to, but if you and your mate break up because you feel I've got to get another person in this house with my child to help raise my child because that's the only way my child is going to be normal. Sometimes you skip steps and like Angelo said, you rush into it instead of going through the vetting process.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Nice car. Oh, wow. He got a nice job, nice income, looks good. You know what? He could be my child's daddy. Let's go and get him in here and meet him, see how it's going to work. Instead of taking your time and doing that because that's how you grew up. You feel that that's how it should be.
You about to say something from a male point of view. I really want to hear that. You said because usually you hit the other way around. I like to hear from.
I'll say from a male standpoint, you're right, but I don't even think it's rushing in there. It's like, how can I say this? I'm not gonna say who, but I actually got married more so for she was a good mother qualities and absolutely none of the qualities. Not gonna say none of them because we loved each other, but it was more of a situation. I was trying to find somebody because I came from a two-family household, and I still feel bad because I know I shortchanged my sons and daughters in some certain ways. I think it's a situation that you have to be more open, but you get caught behind that thinking they're missing something, so you start looking for. She looks like a good mom. Can you cook? Can you? Do you like kids? Boom, boom, boom. And you start looking like that, and even sometimes I know somebody that really, really cared for me. But I didn't see them as a mom.
Nice.
Right.
And so I said, I don't see her being a mom.
And I'm glad that you admitted that because I think I agree with what JT was saying, but I also think that a lot of men do that.
Yeah, you do.
If they have their kids there, for one, and I could be totally wrong. Y'all can correct me. I tend to think that most men move on pretty quickly because they want to be able to have someone that they can have sex with. So I don't think a lot of men stay single for very long. But the second thing is, if they have kids, I think that they do want that female figure in the child's life to kind of help them to raise the child. If you think about men that have been married and they lose their wives, a lot of times they marry within.
With me, it's more to balance it out.
Yeah.
Because I'm more of a disciplinarian personality, and so I think it was necessary to have. I thought, well, it is. I can't say I thought. It is necessary to have a woman's presence because I know my sons are real, well, I can all. They're not scared at all about being alone because they saw me cook. They knew how to wash dishes. They knew how to wash clothes. They knew how to iron. So they hit it in the minute. And so I think both ways it hurts, but I think it's wrong to look for a wife. A mother instead of somebody that would be a good wife for you. Because what ends up happening, you get in a relationship, that part goes strong, and it's like a glass house. Easy to break because that wasn't your friend. I would have did much better to marry one of my friends.
But when you need both?
Huh?
If you have kids
need
there,
both.
you need her.
both, but you can teach somebody how to cook. You teach somebody how to clean. Some people just don't have a quality that you can get close to. I'm not talking about anyone makes wise, but
I'm saying like a friend and someone that you know would be a good parent.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
That's what you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're overprotected because you did that. That's the one thing in your life you don't want to fuck up.
And like you said,
You should
from
think
the
like
man's
that.
side, I've seen guys that actually have gotten into a relationship and I ain't gonna say fell in love, but really got attached to the child, not his biological child, and stayed in a relationship because of the relationship with him and the child, not him and the mother. So they were more open to reconciling or getting back together for the sake of the child. I've seen it. I'll be honest with you. I did it. Still in a good relationship with that kid to this day. But I sure enough stayed around way too long. Me and her, we laugh about it whenever we run into each other.
The bond you felt with the child.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Felt it with him like crazy, man. The kid started walking around pulling his pants leg up because I ain't had no kids yet.
Right.
And that was crazy for me. I'm like, man, this dude is mimicking
That's
everything
easy
I
to
do.
do, though.
He's mimicking everything I do. Wow, proud, man. So,
Because kids, that's unconditional love.
Yeah.
And when you experience that makes you want to stay. That could make someone want to stay
and she
around.
even said, later, like I said, after we broke up and everything, friends now, she even said, I'll say that I probably stayed with you because of the relationship you had with him also.
Both ways, man.
We both over there in love with the kid more than we in love with each other.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It happens, you know what I'm saying? But that, the continuing relationship, the child does not like the other person. That's all.
Kiki says the way they respond could potentially determine how I move forward. But with teenagers more aggressive, and I probably wait to consider him the one, because a teenager will run your spouse off without giving them a shot based on their own selfish reasons. Yeah, I'm sure. Kids
will run a spouse off.
Oh, yeah.
If you have no control over them, I've been some women that have no control.
It goes both ways, though.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. I've seen some situations where the child was young and was doing a lot of stuff to break up the relationship, but they acted like they liked both parents, but I think maybe they were being, directed by their parent, their other parent to do certain things, even against their own parent, calling the police and doing things at a young age. So
that's such a weak move to me.
And I know people that have left people because of the relationship
Don't
that
wanna
they
put
have
over
with their
that
child.
BS,
You know?
That's such a weak move to me for somebody to use a child to mess up what the person that you couldn't pleased enough to be there
Yeah.
to mess up their life by using the child to do that. I've seen that happen. Me and my child's mother, we used to get into it because she used to be mad at me because when I finally did meet somebody and she was spending the night and everything, she used to get mad at me about that. And, I'm like, listen, man, this is my house. My child, me and this girl been dating for about a year. Mm-hmm. She knows my child, yada, yada, yada. But once she couldn't get to pick him up one day and I was at work and I called my girl to go pick him up.
They was cool after that.
She loved it.
But that's what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to introduce her them.
I already introduced him.
You had already introduced him before the child, and she still didn't want.
Yeah. She just didn't want.
Okay.
Again, this one of those things. This just happened to happen on the woman's side. Mm-hmm. It was one of them things where you're using the child to try and sabotage the other person's happiness.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Me when I met her man, I was ecstatic.
Right.
I was like, dude, you the guy, bruh. What's happening? I was hugging his neck like, man, I'm so glad you're there.
I see a lot of daddies that act like that.
Get off my back.
Most of the daddies I see that act like that, they look at it like, now this nigga gonna take some responsibility. I ain't saying you did, but most of the guys that I know, they do less once the girl has a man.
Wow.
Another thing we can talk about, I think I see a lot of partners of mine chime in on this, that they really like someone, they get in a relationship, and I got, that would get too much. They actually got married. And once they got married, they had to discuss something that was real, real important. Discipline. Mm-hmm. And they had discussed it. And that marriage actually failed because of that.
Yeah.
100%. That's the only reason they broke up, because the discipline.
Like can he discipline her?
Can he discipline? And what was happening is the kids are being buck wild when they're at a barbecue. We was watching the game on the deck, and the kid was being buck wild, so he told him to stop, and he kept on. They kicked the dog, and he just popped him on the going in there. Dude, you thought he shot Jesus.
How old was the child?
About 6. But the thing that was so bad about it is it shocked everybody, because he had really been the boy's father since he's like,
They probably didn't even know he wasn't his dad.
Exactly.
They didn't know he wasn't.
And he did that.
If you came into the child's life at that age and you've been with her for 4 years.
But they hadn't discussed it, and I think it was more so one of them things.
You got to have that
he let her
discussion.
handle it.
Was the father in the child's life at all?
I didn't I know he was.
Because usually if the father,
I know
still
he
part
missed
of
a
that
lot
life,
of
that
times
father
because
may
there's
be
times
like, hey,
we were supposed to go
I'll
hunting.
do the discipline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were
You don't know
supposed to
how
go
far
rabbit
another male
hunting.
will
He
go.
couldn't go because he said, "Man, hey, he didn't show up. I got to take So I know he was involved, but not like he should have been. But I think where that went bad was he's kind of showing out for us too. Because we was looking at him like, get this little bad motherfucker.
So his intentions were maybe not right.
I don't even think it was bad because the kid should have been spanked. I just think that it's something he hadn't did before. It's more so let her do it. But he out there with us is going to call that. And it just went downhill from there because she wolfed up and, well, you know her.
Yeah. Gotta have that.
And that should have been something they took care of at home.
Yeah, gotta have
Exactly.
that
But no,
conversation.
we were at that house. Everybody was on the back deck. You got some.
I'm
can't see
saying
you.
once it was done, she
see
should have
you.
took that with.
I think they should have, but it just, she one of them on goal instantly.
Like Sprite.
And so, yeah, so I can
was in
think
a
that's something that
situation-
needs to be discussed.
And I didn't discipline the child with that type of punishment. If I did discipline the child, I let the father do it. I let the father.
We go, listen. If I feed you, I can beat you. And with that, we're going to take a break, man. We'll be right back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop.
That's right.
Master mentality right there.
Disclaimer: I didn't come up with this top 5.
Our producer came up with this one.
I think she need to go first, and she came up with this.
The top 5 lies that you've told to your spouse and/or significant other.
Number 1, I didn't see your message. If I was pissed at you and I don't want to fucking talk to you, I didn't see your goddamn message. Don't come asking me no motherfucking questions. You know what it is.
I'm gonna be right back. Tell motherfucker, I'm be right back in a second. I ain't coming back.
Your hair looks great. I'm just ready to get in the car.
I'll give you some later.
Who's of these? My sisters. She did wash over here. I hate when she do that bullshit.
My phone died. Hey, great! It's the great offset conversation,
Wow.
man.
Oh boy, we got any more comments in there, bro? Other than if I feed you, I can beat you.
Supreme Monk just chomped in, come back from the Kamala massive event. But yeah, that was it.
I like that comment, things we don't like to talk about.
Yeah, that's funny. If I feed you, I can beat you.
All right, I heard this. I don't know if you sent the clip, or I saw it on Instagram in regards to the media, mainstream media, and the propaganda that they spew in regards to black on black crime, but there's never any Korean on Korean crime, white on white crime, anything like that. If you ask what he was saying, I think it was the pastor over here at this church. What's the I can't think of his name.
No, it's George. You gotta be more specific around here.
Which one?
The one that the pastor passed away, and he took over
Oh, Eddie Long.
his church. What's the guy that took over? Jamal Bryant.
Okay.
Yeah, he was talking about it in regards to how the media has gotten this propaganda out there to the point to where if you ask anybody, usually if you just walk on the street and ask somebody, in regards to crime, statistically, who do you think performs the most robberies? Who do you think does the most this? And most people are going to say black people. When actually, the statistics show anyway that it's different.
Are you talking about in regards to your population, to the amount of crime you commit, or just overall numbers?
Overall numbers. This is from the what I pulled up, the stuff from the federal database.
I know what I think about the black on black. What I will say is that every race, this is true for every race, that within their own population, they commit more crimes against each other, period.
Yeah,
so
white
if you
people
want to
kill
say,
white people, black
I
people.
believe
yeah,
that.
white on white, like they,
I believe that.
white people murder white people more than they murder
But
any
you
other
don't.
race.
But have you ever heard people call it white on white crime?
No.
That's
So,
the point I'm making.
Of course, right. So I'm saying
Yeah,
you're
but I do
right
believe
that
that.
they
Yeah.
they make this into something bigger than what it is when every race has the same, amount of crimes against their own people, their own race.
There you go.
What was you gonna say?
What? He don't want to say nothing.
Yeah, he can't.
He always say he's not gonna say nothing. Then he go
I
on.
ain't gonna
Go
say
ahead.
that on that one.
Go ahead and say it. I know
Well,
you
don't
want to talk
believe
about
what
Atlanta.
I'm saying, or what? What you saying?
No, it's not that you. But see, this is why we can't change as a people. Is because we're too quick to say white people do it too. We do it too. No, it's a problem in our community because you got to look at from this standpoint. I always say it on this show. We're the new cotton. For our size of a population, we do a disproportionate number of ag assaults and murders. Now they're against our own people, but it's happening. And it's happening to a smaller segment because in the black population, you have, I call it black 10%, the ones that have made it. You have a sizable black middle class, and then you have an underclass. They're doing it to each other. It happens occasionally in our side of it, and what ends up happening when you excuse it, it's an issue because we are only 13% of the population. So you have to deal with it because what ends up happening, we become the permanent underclass, but we are the feeder system for the commercialized jail system in America. I said a lot of times on the show. Until we identify the root causes, which is systemic racism in America, and also disproportionate money spent in the black community on education and things of that nature and job availability. So we don't deal with those issues. We're always going to be behind the 8 ball. And everybody says, oh, well, it's not us. No, we're killing each other. And the ones that are breeding, we got to look at the large LGBTQ community is growing in our culture. And then you have most people that have made it only have 1 or 2 children. And then some choose to have no children. Most of the black youth that are being born into that underclass. And they're being born into an underclass that nobody's dealing with the issues. That same church you name, none of those parishioners fall into that category, but it's not us. We do the same thing they do. And the only thing we're overlooking what's happening in a certain segment of our population that needs to be dealt with politically. If not, we're going to be doomed because we're stagnant at 13%.
I get what you're saying there. I do. But does that mean that even though it happens in our community in a smaller, it's happening. You're right. But does that mean that we should be labeled as the one that's doing it all?
I don't care the labels because you got to
No. I
Labels
get you.
mean a lot, though.
But I'm just asking you that question. Do you think that we should be labeled as the ones that's the most violent?
I think it's part of America. We were brought over here the wrong way. We've been mistreated since we've been here, from redlining to Jim Crow and everything else, and that's just part of what exists. That's America. So we gotta quit looking for even any validation for them or even paying attention to what they say. We need to be like Jews. You think Jews give a F what anybody thinks?
Mike, you still didn't answer the question.
Yeah.
Do you think that we should be labeled as the most criminalistic race in America? Yes or no?
We should be labeled.
That's the point that I'm
should be
making.
labeled.
And
Now,
that's the
I get
point
what you're
I'm
saying.
making,
I
too.
do believe that. I do
Right.
believe that there is a lot of, but the
It's
thing
the
is,
media,
saying it's
it's
black on
rap.
black crime instead of white on white crime.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you're
it's just
right.
like
It's
you
the
can go
rap and
back
all-
to remember when that rest in peace, the University of Georgia co-ed that was raped and murdered, and they didn't put the picture on there. I was sitting down with my boy, we was eating breakfast at Waffle House. I said, man, you know it's got to be a white boy. They didn't put his picture out there after they captured him. And I said that. And that's just law enforcement, former law enforcement. And when I said that, I was like, well, it's got to be a white boy. And we were wrong. It was a fact that Biden was running, and it was a Latino who had came across the wall, and him and his brother. The brother had murder charges, and he had an outstanding murder charge, and he raped and killed an innocent woman. And so that's how our system works. If you notice it, when it's like when that kid that did the school shooting, in Georgia, They hesitated, even though after they were going to put him in as they knew he was trying as an adult. When they had decided they were going to try him as an adult, they still wouldn't put his picture out there. The parents wouldn't be put. Dad's picture wasn't out there. They weren't hounding him at home until the final stages of it. So that's the America. That's the America we live in.
Right.
We're treated differently.
Right.
And all I'm saying is, if we keep on focusing on the fact, well, should we be singled out for being violent? No, but we've got to start that same pulpit that took the time to point that out. We need to have an honest symposium on why are we violent towards each other. And we know what it is. It's economics. It's I can't say that. Our black youth, a large part of the population, don't believe in the American dream because they're disenfranchised. So until we get politicians, but also our own community to start steering them, showing them that they are part of the American dream, because the biggest thing is like the Pan-African movement. We built this motherfucker, so why should we say, oh, I'm going back. I visited, that's all I want to do.
Africa, you speaking?
I mean, part of what you're saying, like, I'm in agreement. However, part of what we're saying as well, that the media, first of all, we do a lot of stuff we do because that's what America was built on. America was built on violence. So for them to turn around and say, oh, y'all violent, y'all doing X, Y, Z, America was built on that. Columbus came over here, it was built on theft, violence, rape, all these things. They've been doing this for thousands of years. So for us now, we're at a point where we're trying to find our identity and to keep looking at the news, and all we see is negative, rhetoric about black people, right? That's what we're talking about. That does affect your psyche. And they've been doing this for years. They did those studies where
But it's
they
by
showed,
design. That's by design.
I know. I agree with you.
It's very
I agree
intentional.
with you. It's to keep suppressing us. Mentally as well.
We keep suppressing ourselves on that.
Yeah.
Rap.
What it
part
does,
of
it doesn't. I don't know. It suppresses us as much as it continues to help their narrative of why we can't give them reparations, why we can't do this, why we don't do that for them. Because look what they're doing. They're killing themselves. If we gave them this kind of power, what would it helps their argument against us. And that's the part that we so blinded on as a community. We're making it easier for them to continue their narrative.
And we definitely have to do some work, a lot of work, but to at least for people to know, okay, this is just something that they have constructed to say black on black when every single race. I'm not saying because they do it, we should do it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that to try to make the facts seem one-sided when this is just what people do, because you when you get into it, when you're getting into it with the people that are around you a lot of the times, to one thing they should point out is the fact that I think that most of the people that are not black are the people that are serial killers. They're the ones going into these schools, shooting up entire schools for no reason. Innocent bystanders shooting up churches and all those things, but they're not going to point that out. You see what I'm saying?
That's a bad
and the fact that
argument.
they've been killing us. That they've been killing us forever. That they've been
good when you said that.
But we're good. We'd rather be around, just imagine all the different street fights and all that BS you see on your phones every day. But you don't hardly ever see people saying, hey, man, put them cameras down. Hey, man, y'all, nobody wants to break it up.
Nobody wants to break it up.
Everybody wants to be, part of it.
Want to be part of the story.
And that's just the fact of our community. We don't want to end those things. We highlight it.
That's what I'm talking about.
And it's gotten, like I said, it's gotten to a point, getting to what you're saying there, it's gotten to a point to where when there was a fight in our day, we went the other way.
Yeah.
Now when there's a fight, people run to the fight just so that they can record it.
Everybody's cameras out.
Back in our day, if you started running in the other direction, everybody ran with you. Whether that something happened or not, we used to do, back in the Freaknik days, we used to just do that to see if people would do it. They had the whole Piedmont Park running the other way. Nothing happened. 5 of us just decided to take off running. Everybody else
Firecrackers
ran.
went off and everybody else.
Everybody else ran with
I
us.
was there in another uniform.
But now, if you do that, they're gonna look back to where you're running from and pull their phone out and try and record.
Oh, but
They're gonna try to enforce the fight. You know what I mean? They're gonna try to hype it up.
They do.
Yeah, see, I mean, that's part of the
100%
problem because I think when that preacher speaks like that, he's speaking to a congregation and it plays into that victim mentality. Because when he put that out, yeah, it's factual, but everybody in that crowd knows it's a fact. But everybody's ignoring the fact that until we start speaking out on those individuals within our culture that are allowed to act like animals and nobody says anything from our community about it. Now look at the Young Thug character. Okay, I know a little bit more about that because I was still working when he was doing some of his crimes and being involved in and what he was involved in. It was a rush to prosecution, but best believe he did exactly what they accused him of. Hopefully they haven't messed the case up to the point they can't get a conviction. But you got to look at the way all he did is he sung about violence. He was about violence. He committed violence in the community. And you have people that continue to allow rappers in their pulpit that rap and get caught with drugs and everything else about violence and then or get arrested for violence, that's a possession of guns and everything else. And then it's almost like, yeah, but you're rich. Oh, yeah, but you got a Maybach. Oh, yeah, but you got this. So it's accepted by a portion of our community. Like people want to anoint, I'm not going to say the names, I do like that particular rapper, but him and his wife are almost like royalty. And the reality of it is, if you listen to what he's singing about, it's the degradation of our people, but people say it's still cool.
I'm in agreement with you. I tell my kids all the time.
So that's my point is we're not going to change.
Music can be a negative vibration that literally, it's the only thing that can get in your head and in your psyche without your permission. So you have to be very careful about what you choose to listen to. Not just, people say they're just listening to the beat. Those lyrics get in your subconscious whether you know this or not. So I'm very much with you on the whole thing about the music that we put out, that we accept, that we act like it's okay. Very much.
Things we don't like to talk about said BTK killer was a deacon at a church, but we're violent. But, that's the part of the story. You know what I mean? They want to make sure that we're violent. They don't want to talk about that killer. They do that for our community on all aspects. Stuff we talked about last week, same thing. You know what I mean? You'll hear about those other people's stories one day and it goes away. But if we get involved,
just like that CEO.
Yeah.
A CEO of a major company was indicted for child trafficking. And and the same FBI crew that worked the Epstein case and didn't drop a single name out. That book is yet to be dropped.
Yet.
All the cameras, he's got a multi-gazillion-dollar building with cameras, but not a single piece of footage has been dropped out. But every piece of footage has been dropped out, and every innuendo, the number of. Why would the FBI talk about how many bottles of baby oil they got out of there? But I've seen cases where they'll tell you to wait, but they don't tell you we got 9 Rolex watches. They don't even put that because they don't want to taint the case. I think it was the FBI is intentionally trying that case in the media. We're getting way off subject, but we did it all the time. So
good.
Intentionally trying that case in the media. By no means, people, I'm not saying Diddy's innocent. I'm just saying that shows America for what it is.
Yeah.
Color matters in America with
Of
prosecution.
Of course.
But, getting back to what we were talking about, I just think that anybody that puts those numbers out there, and that's what they do all the time. They manipulate numbers, and what he did was manipulate numbers. Talk about the facts in your black church about how it affects us as a people, okay? I'm from Decatur where it was greater for a long time. That was the largest middle-class population of black people in America at one point. And that was destroyed by Mayor Franklin when she opened up the floodgates and shut down all projects in Atlanta. But what it does, it destroyed an area. Areas that used to be, wow. But now gentrification is starting to come back to those areas, but we lost it. And if you don't have a preacher that'll get out, you're going to put those numbers down and have everybody, yeah, they're prosecuting us because we black again. No, forget what they're saying. Let's talk about what the issue is. People moved out of the cab in the Rockdale County and other areas, me included, because the level of violence that was occurring by the certain part of our culture that went from the projects to Atlanta to anywhere in any part of Metro Atlanta that had apartments. Memorial Drive, Glenwood, Gresham,
and
Candler
it's glorified
Road.
in the music, though. The stuff that they do.
Yeah, but them, no, I'm talking about the Negroes that went over
I know.
there. They straight up destroyed a black Mecca.
I agree with you.
Talk about that. That's not white.
I don't even want to, but I feel like two things I want to say. First off, I did want to point out that the media, I think the newsrooms are like 75% white. So of course they're going to paint a narrative that they want to paint, of course, you know. But the second thing is, instead of pointing it out, what do we do to fix it? What do we do to change the narrative so that people do not feel like they are victims or they don't run to that? Because we have been victimized. We have had, like you said, systematic racism. We've had all these things happen to keep us from gaining wealth, to keep us from being able to have jobs, to take care of our children, to take care of our families, to buy homes. We have had all these things happen throughout the years. So where do we, and so many people have found success in spreading, making this music that is toxic, right? Or doing things that's toxic to the community, selling drugs, prostituting people, what have you. What do we do to change that so that people can feel empowered and they don't have to look at all the negativity? You know, how do we make these things, put some positivity out there for people to grab onto, you know, to change our communities?
I think it has to be dialogue, but I mean, what we do too much as a people, like, is what I feel that preacher did. You put something out to make us feel good about what's happening in our community. Well, they're doing it too. They're actually doing it more than us, but they're 54% of the population. Call the facts what it is. That's what I didn't want to start talking about. If you looked at 69% of the murders, 67%, I'm talking older crime stats, but it didn't change, of the ag assaults. Now, the part that they don't mention when they do that is it's all black on black. When you look at, they put those stats out there to drive racism in America, I feel. Okay, that's why they put it out there.
What are you saying, though? You said the 67%
of ag assaults in America are black, and we're only 13% of the population. That's the stats that cause us to get into issues. But it's black on black. We're not killing it, and that's the stereotype that they put out there. They put the violence out there. They put the violence out there so we'll be fearful, so they can be fearful of us. Like when somebody's in Utah and goes out and buys 12 guns, I gotta protect my family. Hell, the state is 99.7% white or something. And so it's a fake narrative that they put out. We know why they're putting it out, but I'm not even saying don't even deal with that. Deal with the issue of the violence that occurs. If we don't bring commerce into our communities, if we don't make it so these kids can get educated so they can start feeling that the American gene is within their sights, we'll be talking about this 20 years from now. But we're gonna be last in population, last in income, last in education, and do you really think they're gonna give a shit if we're the main cog that keeps a commercialized prison system going? They won't.
Which is why they continue to highlight the theme of black on black crime. You know, bring it back to where you started from.
But where
this
did
is why
you
this is why they highlight it for.
I want to ask him, are you saying that number's correct? Are you saying that that's propaganda? Because I don't believe that number.
No.
Hold on. We're going to continue this one offline.
Okay.
We're going to take a break, then we're going to come back. You got top five? You got top five?
Can we tell them now?
Yeah, tell them now.
Give me your top 5 when we come back. It's going to be your top 5 dream vacations. Not somewhere you've been, somewhere you want to go. Your top 5 dream vacations.
We'll be right back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And I succumb. I got to do it.
disclaimer, I didn't come up with this top 5.
Our producer came up with this.
I think she need to go first since she came up with this.
The top 5 lies that you've told to your spouse and or significant other.
Number 1, I didn't see your message. If I was pissed at you and I don't want to fucking talk to you, I didn't see your goddamn message. Don't come asking me no motherfucking questions. You know what it is.
I'm gonna be right back. Tell motherfucker I'm be right back in a second. I ain't coming back.
Your hair looks great. I'm just ready to get in the car.
I'll give you some later.
Who's of these? My sisters. She did wash over here. I hate when she do that bullshit.
My phone died.
Yep, we back, man. We back. We're gonna we got some comments in there we need to go over.
On the Kame said intentional humiliation, which is a very good statement, Kame. Intentional humiliation is exactly what it is. And she also said earlier, intellectual conversations about cultural diversity of humanity has been intriguing. I truly enjoyed y'all Classic Conversations. We appreciate that.
Sure.
Make sure you tell a friend and tag a friend.
Facts.
Cam.
Facts. About to boost this thing up. Watch what I tell you. I got a renewed spirit over here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Happened to me yesterday. Got my schedule down right. Got my energy back right. Sure. Time to get up and do something. You know what I'm saying? Sunray, go on. I know, like I said, you starting to share a little bit more, so go on, let people know where they can rock with you at.
You can follow me on IG at Gyzay Sunray, and I am on Facebook at Zay Sunray.
You ain't got your TikTok yet?
I have not
I'm gonna
got
tell
a
you,
TikTok
it's a rabbit
yet.
hole.
It is,
you
and I
will-
don't have
you
time
will-
for it.
You will find your what? They shutting it down?
That's what they say anyway. That fight gonna go on.
Because
They
you will,
shut down
TikTok
TikTok?
is powerful,
I'm
man.
gonna tell you something. You get that thing and scroll, you hit it. I'm just look at 2. Man, next thing
They
you
don't,
know,
they don't let you look at. Yeah,
I know. Every
they
time
make,
you
they
try
make
and
it
stop
account.
it, it goes to another one.
I'm gonna tell you what's dangerous about TikTok. And I didn't know until the other day is the shopping on
I'm
there.
just going to say.
Hey man,
Yeah.
Right.
I done found
it's-
about 4, 5, 6 packages that came to my house.
And it's good stuff.
Hey, good stuff,
Good
bruh.
stuff.
For the low.
Yeah.
For who bought it?
I did.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
that doggone
You
TikTok.
trying to say you said you found
Little
a
stuff,
foreign
little
stuff.
packages
Yeah,
like
yeah.
somebody else was ordering.
TikTok will do it
Hey
to
man,
Try
nice
to put that on your
stuff though.
booth for a second.
Nice stuff, nice
I'ma
stuff,
tell you,
man.
man.
Just popped out like,
I-
hey, that's all right.
I was going to say I'm ashamed to say, but no, I'm not. I got caught up on doggone Temu. Let me tell you something. They keep giving you them damn free gifts. Bruh, it was like Christmas the other day. Me and my wife both got caught up. She ordered her stuff. Man, I came downstairs. There was boxes and bags everywhere.
Yeah, I
Half
can't.
my stuff I had to give to her because the shit was too small.
That's the,
So you was on that. I feel like a millionaire. What's the little commercial?
I was getting it. I had me some good
hey,
stuff.
listen,
The
I've been seeing
prices
this.
blow my mind.
That what got me right there though, because the price is so cheap. I put one night, I ain't gonna lie, I put so much stuff in the cart on the Temu. I was like, this what? I just put it, but I ended up when it was time to check out, I didn't do it. So I was like, man, I said I gotta find out who ordered from Temu. This stuff might be one arm this way. I wasn't sure.
Some of it.
Yeah, but
the
everybody now done
sizes-
told me
the sizes is the only thing that gets you. So now, if I do order again, I'm gonna order
one up.
Yeah, but everything else, I ordered a jacket the other day. The sleeves is too long, but I ain't got no problem with that. I can get that taken care of. But I'm gonna tell you, and they keep giving you this free stuff, and you spin this wheel. The wheel falls on. Buy one,
Right.
get one free.
Right,
And
right.
then you hit that, and then
Right.
you got 5 free gifts. And then
Right.
they give you money back. So everything you buy, you get
Right.
a credit for your next time. Man.
That we were
this-
gonna hit on
The
that buy
only
one
thing
you
you
want
gotta
free
be
regardless.
careful about with Temu and Shein, a lot of their clothes have lead in them and other stuff that they're not
Really?
checking.
The
Yeah,
clothes?
you should look it up. Yeah, they have stuff in it that's harmful to
Well,
your skin.
don't buy
or
any
to your-
winter gear because everything I thought was a sweater was real thin.
Mm.
So I can't wear the next year.
Just I
Everything
love
I-
the TikTok shop. Yeah, TikTok shop dangerous.
The other
TikTok
thing
is-
they do,
is
they
good
steal
stuff.
a lot of designers, their designs,
Oh, yeah.
and like just different little things. They take stuff that people have created and then duplicate it and sell it on those. So those other people are not getting credit,
Sure.
or their
Mm-hmm.
stuff is not being bought. Including like stencils and
It's
all
like a
type
flea
of-
market online.
It is, but they're stealing. So that's the only
It's a
thing.
flea market online.
Yeah.
Same thing the flea market do. They steal designs and sell it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
You
you're
go to
right.
the
I
flea market and
forgot.
you find some Jordan gear in the flea market. You're like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah, I forgot. They used to do
Jordan made this?
Hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah.
Hey, real
Right.
quick, man.
T-Move
You
out.
good?
that.
You
Yeah.
good? Okay. I wanted to just shout out. We went to Pittsburgh yesterday. Frank and I and Summers, man.
Oh,
we did
that's
our last
dope.
trip. And this was out. They were passing these out right outside the stadium, man. You know what I mean? So because we do the Yellow Tower and still a nation. So
That's
they
fire.
had this as the Yellow Tower yesterday
Yeah.
too, man. So that was really cool. And then Frank got the pictures, man. Make sure you send me those, Frank. They had this like lighted thing right outside the stadium with Madam President and all lights. And it was a couple of advertisements they did for Kamala. So in Pittsburgh. So
Wow.
I thought that was really, really dope. And then one more time, man, my sister chimed in tonight, man. Shout out to her book. Make sure you go to Amazon to order her book, man, Mama's Boy, Kamei Franklin, straight out of the VA. Y'all go check it out, man. She let me know that she sold something since we posted, so we're going to keep posting you, Kamei. Mama's Boy. Y'all go check it out. I think that's all I had.
Classic Conversations with JT and Low and Ask a Cop. Again, ATL's Hottest. Please go to atlshottest.com. Vote for us. We're trying to put 2 of these up here. We're going to have my man Bryant Marshall, Mr. ATL's Hottest. He's actually going to come do the show. He said he want to wait till it's getting closer to when the voting is almost over.
Cool,
he wants to come do the show, so he's going to come back in. So please make sure you go there and vote for us there. Also, Uptown Comedy Corner. Also, you can vote for me and my wife and ATL's Hottest couple.
Let me post it on the ATL's Hottest. We need to get the link on here. That's what we need. We need the link.
I know. It's just put atlshottest.com. That's it.
ATL's
He want us to send people there instead of sending the link. But
How long you been married, JT?
we can do the link. Be 5 years
Nice.
in February.
All right.
ATLhottest.com. Y'all go in there. Make sure y'all vote. Classic Conversations, Uptown Comedy Corner, and
James
ain't
Thompson,
no telling how many
Tyler
things y'all
Thompson.
got in there.
And I think I'm also in there for online personality. And I think actor also. I'm not for sure. Yeah, but get in there and get them votes in. Surely appreciate it for sure. Want to make sure that Bryant do well with this thing, man. He's trying to bring something good to Atlanta.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of him. Letting these folks that's working hard out here in these streets get some recognition.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. Appreciate you chiming in as always. Yeah, we pulled off one. 6-2 going to the bye. We'll take it. We ready? Top five? Mm-hmm. All right. So I gave you a heads up early. Give me a top five. I see some of y'all already chimed in. I appreciate that. It's going to go swiftly. So your top 5 dream vacation destinations. Not somewhere you've been, somewhere you want to go. It's in the back. It's on that ultimate to-do list. What you got, D. Wayne?
Wait. Kiki says she be cute as fuck off of T-Move.
Oh man, yeah.
I like
Mom said
T-Move
she
too.
loved the lady at the scene said have love T-Move. Yeah, T-Move dangerous, man. I'm scared to start. I'm scared to start because I believe if I start and I like what I see,
It's just like
it's a
TikTok
problem,
looking
man.
at videos. They won't let you stop.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Now I've only ordered off of that once, but everything I got let's say I ordered
refuse to
15
download
things.
Look.
10 of them
Please
were good.
accept 2 free gifts. Your item is now $27. It was $175.
God,
Bruh, I'm telling you, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Look at
man.
this, man. And then look. Your item is now $40. Thanks for shopping. Please accept 2 more free gifts. I'm telling you, man, it's a rabbit hole. I'm going to have to block T-Move.
Hey, man.
It's the app. That's why they want you to download the app.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
y'all know we the biggest consumers.
Oh yeah, they
Black
know
people,
it.
so-
That's why the owner of T-Move was at Blue Flame a couple weeks ago, throwing out money because he know who his target
I
audience
heard
is.
of that, bro. I did hear about
Oh
that.
yeah, he know who his target audience is. Boy.
Shit, I'm going to get on the
Yeah,
app.
man.
so
No
he can-
folk, no. You get the black folk, man. You got it.
I'm going to get on the app so he can let me know what he coming
We
the next
love to
time.
make other folk rich, boy. That's what we do.
All right, let's go. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Okay, Bali,
Okay.
Bora Bora, Africa, specifically probably Ghana because I want to try to get my citizenship.
Really?
Yeah. Brazil. And Tulum because I want to go there soon. So Tulum, dream big. That's my 5.
Dwayne, you know they give you land free in Ghana.
I'm trying to get
and
it.
you can get there's a few African countries that give you citizenship free, so you have dual citizenship.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it.
Dope. You got 5 spots over there, Mike? You in the building? What you got? Top
Get the
5
mic.
vacation
Your top
destinations
5.
you want to attend. You want to go, but you never been.
Get the mic. Get the mic.
Number one, I mean, I got my sights set on. I want to touch ground on continental Africa. So I that's like number one on my hit list. After that, never been to Italy.
You said Italy?
Yeah. Italy, let's see. 1, 2. I've got where haven't I been? Let me see. European do Jamaica. I hadn't been to Jamaica. I've been to the
Super expensive.
yeah. Jamaica, let's do, let me see. China.
Okay.
And let's do, that's what, 4?
Damn, what's some damn?
Yeah, I got 4 right there. Let's do. Let's do. Man, there's so many places to go to.
Give me one more.
One more.
You don't need so many.
Let me go ahead. I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. Let's do. I keep thinking of places I done been already. That's what's messing me up. Let's see.
Old National. Got it. All right.
Yeah,
what you
let's
got?
do all that. Yeah, I'm doing all that.
That joke was stuck over there.
Alpharetta.
We gotta move this along, man.
We're gonna send you a 400.
What you got?
All right. Japan. Let's see. Japan, Italy, Dubai, Hawaii, and Africa. Definitely Africa. I have some Ghanaian in me, so I definitely want to see the motherland.
That's what's up.
Nah, you talking about it super expensive? That doggone Hawaii. Woo, boy,
Yeah, it is expensive as well.
very, very expensive over there. All right, let's see what I have. Brazil, Johannesburg, Italy, China, and Dubai. And honorable mention would be, still iffy on it, but I think I want to go. I'm just not going to take a boat out there. Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah, not going to take no boat, though.
My brother used to live in Alaska.
Yeah, I won't be there long either. I just want to be there for a minute and
They
get
give
on
you
back.
money to live there. Did you know that?
Well, they won't be giving me no money then because I won't be living there. That's a fact. But yeah. Oh, and Toronto. Toronto, man. I've heard so many great things about
It's
Toronto,
beautiful.
Canada. I've heard some
It's
great
beautiful.
things about Toronto, man. I do want to hit that spot.
All right. So let me see here. Go to the comments. All right, my mom got Brazil, Puerto Rico, Taja. She must have meant Taj Mahal, maybe. Taj Mala. I'm not sure, but Australia and Hawaii. Australia,
Australia.
that'd be dope.
Nice.
Cam May has Dubai, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Africa, and Brazil. Annalena has Switzerland, London, Japan, Africa, and the Holy Land. Good. Cam May says she loves TikTok shop as well. She only bought 2 new wall decor. Let's see. Frank has Tahiti, the Maldives, that Curacao, Madagascar, and Iceland. I didn't realize You know, Madagascar's a real place too, man. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I think I found out about a year and a half ago. I found that out.
You thought it was just a daggone cartoon. It's a real place. Things we don't like to talk about had Italy, Africa, beaches, Brazil, Paris, anywhere Nicole Murphy will take me. Kiki has Cape Town, Africa, Bali, Thailand, Brazil, and the Maldives. Let's see here.
My wife want to go to the Maldives.
Kamala Terrible Towel, that's dope. Yeah, Kamala Terrible Towel, man, it was super dope. Frank says he had a box full of Temu stuff in the garage. It's like going to the Dollar Tree, you buy a bunch of stuff you don't need.
Right.
Yep.
The online Dollar Tree.
They give you
got
that free
right.
stuff. You just be scrolling like, let me just
You
pick
got
this.
that
It's
right.
free. What the hell?
Yeah, he got this in the Old National, man. He couldn't figure it out. All right. I'm with a lot of y'all, man. I definitely want to go to Africa. It's definitely on that to-do list, and hopefully I get the opportunity to go 2025. We're talking about that just today. Switzerland, the Maldives, Thailand, and Aruba. And Aruba. Those are the places I think I'd like to go to.
It's crazy. I think I've been
And
to
Dubai
Aruba.
is honorable mention, but I know that's
I think I've been
on
to-
the real soon to do
Oh
this.
no, I was supposed to go to Aruba, and fucking COVID hit. Hurt my heart.
Yeah.
That hurt real bad. That house that we had was.
I supposed to went years
Crazy.
ago as well. Years ago.
You know you can still go.
Yeah, I plan on it.
So
I
it's
plan on it.
it's still there.
Yeah.
Right.
I planned, but that was planned out so
Right.
perfectly, boy. The
Right.
house, all the people that was going, it was gonna be dope. But yeah, it was planned out perfectly.
That might have been God, you know.
Yeah, my wife want to go to
covering you.
Maldives. I'm just not doing that. She want to stay on them houses on the sticks. I'm not doing that shit.
I saw one of the services just came back from Thailand, and she was showing me the pictures, man. I was like, I didn't realize Thailand was that beautiful, man. But it was some beautiful pictures, man. I was like, wow, that is nice.
Thailand is where my man went to get that dope, ain't it? Get that dope.
Yeah, how about
That
that?
pew.
Uncle Lewis said Aruba is a must do. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to check out Aruba.
Send a message to my folks. Let's start planning that for next year.
There we go. That's it, brother.
We need
Great
to get
show,
a trip
man.
together
Great
for
show.
Africa though,
Great
for
show.
real. We should plan it
Take
and
Classic
whoever want to
Konversations
go.
over there.
You know, a group trip.
We had
Since
DC Curry
everybody
talking
wants
about
to
doing
go.
that a while back. Remember, were you in that night, Mike?
We need to do it. Let's
We
do
had
it.
DC. He was like, so if he said he gonna put in a trip together and help pay for the flights, and I like, shoot, hey, let go. We're waiting on.
Say less. I'm gonna remind them.
Yeah, remind them
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
I'm gonna
Y'all
talk to
know
them
what?
tomorrow.
I might have to ride
For
up here.
real.
I might have to ride over here tomorrow and sit in on
For
DC's
real,
show.
yeah.
I told man,
That
let's
would
get
be
a
fun.
get a
It's good
comedy
to go
show, get a comedy
places
show
like that
set
with a
up.
group, because then like you can split up and do other stuff. Oh, I got somebody that can organize everything.
That's dope right there.
She's dope too. She does photo shoot and everything, and chef.
All right, great show. Oh, also tonight the what is it? It's the Black Men. It's coming on BET tonight. D.L. Hughley, Town Hall. The Black Town Hall is on tonight. Oh yeah, I'm recording that.
Okay.
I'm sure it's gonna be some good stuff up there. They was talking about in regards to black men are hiding behind the words of "I don't want a woman to be president" when actually it's something else.
Oh, yeah, I seen clips of that.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah,
I believe that.
And it was basically saying, don't hide. Say what your reason is. Don't hide trying to say because she ain't this and because she ain't that. Don't use that.
Say it
what
with
it
your
is.
chest. You just don't want a woman as a president.
And that's something else. He said
A lot of people feel that way.
That made a lot. No, we got to get her to go. Sorry, boss. But he also said that there are black men out there that don't want to vote for Kamala, but it's not as many as they're making it out to be. I believe that too.
Another narrative they
Yep,
spin.
another narrative. Great show tonight, man, because all it does is gets us fighting against each other again. Great show.
Real quick, Frank said honorable mention Fargo, North Dakota. That'll give him all 50 states. My uncle said been to Aruba 6 times. Take the show on the road. Yeah,
Tell Frank they got. I think Fargo got 8 seasons. Tell him to look at the show. He'll be all right.
I watched the season with. I never watched Fargo,
but
I watched one with Chris Rock though. That one season with Chris Rock was dope. That one season is the only one I watched.
That's the one I
But the one
want
with
to
Chris
watch
Rock
too. Yeah.
was dope. I ain't gonna lie. You see Chris Rock in the whole. You ain't seen that one?
I ain't seen it.
You see Chris Rock. You never think of Chris Rock as no gangster dude. But that one scene with Chris Rock was a gangster on Fargo, man. That jump was dope. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, all right, Chris Rock, show some doggone.
This is before the smack.
range.
It's before the
Before the smack. Yeah.
before the smack.
Before the smack. Before the smack.
What you say? You can't look at him the same way.
I'm just saying. You said he was a gangster.
He was.
I'm
It was a trip, man. But it was never before the smack.
Goes to show you he's a good actor.
Uncle said we don't need those.
Because a gangster, he's not.
Hell of a actor.
All right, y'all.
Uncle said we don't need those N words anyway. The ones that's cowards about Kamala. That would need that. Cowards of Kamala. That's what they are. They didn't put those shirts on for them jokers. Big cowards. You cowards.
Exactly. Great show. Listen, man, we will
My
be
towel.
back next week.
Kamala.
Don't forget to get in there and vote. Classic
Kamala.
Conversations with JT and
Kamala.
Lo.
I'm sorry. Kamala.
Get it the right
I'll
way.
claim yeah. Is that right? Can y'all see it?
Kamala.
Thank you, ma'am. No, go ahead. I'm closing out with you. That's all I'm saying.
That's it, people. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And now already gone.
And we out.
Gyzay.
You dig?